Good evening and welcome to Business Brief here on TV3. My name is Michael Obodu. Let's check out summaries of some other business stories making the headlines today.
The minority in parliament has described as inimical the government's decision to lease the Tema Oil refinery to a group named Torrentco Asset Management. According to them, the contract will not augur well for Ghanaians in the long run. Speaking to some journalists in parliament on July 13, the ranking member on Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, John Jinapor, noted that the contract does not meet value for money. Ratings agency Fitch has affirmed African Development Bank's long-term issuer default rating at AAA with stable outlook. The agency attributed the upgrade to a number of factors, including extraordinary support the bank receives from its non-regional shareholders, which was assessed at AAA. The UK's public debt could soar as the population ages and tax receipts fall, the government's independent forecaster has warned. The Office for Budget Responsibility said debt could rise to more than 300% of the size of the economy by 2070, up from around 100% currently. Climate change and geopolitical tensions also posed significant risks to government finances, it added.
Thank you for staying with us, and straight to our first story as the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana has expressed worry about the increased rate of exporting local foods. Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Anthony Morrison, warns that the situation poses a threat to the country's food security.
We have not actually made it deliberate to produce ostensibly for food security and also produce for export. So when in every annual season where we are doing production, we do not separate the two. So we push in for production only to realize that there is a huge demand probably in China or India or South Africa or other places. And whatever that has been put into production are all being exported out of the country. For me, that's a very bad strategy. We need to, at the start of every production season, we need to know what quantity and size of land that is into production for food security, purposely for local consumption, and what other lands have been earmarked for production for export. That must be done, because if we don't do that, one day we'll wake up to realize that all our food has been exported out of the country, and we have to pay more to consume the little that are left. So there is a need to set out our priorities right, align our policies in such a way that it do not provide other problems that we are already facing in the country.
The World Bank has renewed its commitment to help Ghana revive its economy. The country recently secured an IMF bailout at a time when inflation is at concerning levels. Speaking during her first visit to the country, World Bank Managing Director for Operations stated that her organization will partner with Ghana to bring down the cost of living in the country.
We had a very, very good morning visit and discussion with the authorities broadly on the economic outlook of the country. Like many countries around the world, Ghana also is having difficult times economically, but we are working to help move on many important areas to be able to improve the economy, particularly bring down the cost of living, inflation, which is hurting many people around the world, but also continuously improve the business environment, more private sector, more jobs. And then we visited a school under the Gallup education program, which is very impressive because it has really helped students develop from early childhood development to higher education. So this was also very inspiring. There are over 10,000 schools now involved in this program that the World Bank is partnering with the Ministry of Education on. And now today we're here, which is exciting. This afternoon we will continue to have discussions with the private sector to hear from them directly. What do they need in order to be able to scale and do much more in investing in Ghana, creating jobs, creating growth.
The Bank of Ghana is urging financial institutions in the country to put systems in place to check the issue of non-performing loans in the country. This comes on the back of recent data from the central bank that indicates that total amount of non-performing loans in the country reached about $1.2 billion as of April 2023. Data from the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Report for January 2023 revealed that the year-on-year increase in non-performing loans (NPLs) for the first quarter of 2023 was 18.2%. This meant that the stock of NPLs in the banking sector increased by 18.2% from the same period in 2022. The head of banking supervision at the central bank, Osei Gyesi, emphasized the need for financial institutions to take proactive measures to improve the current situation.
The Bank of Ghana has observed with concern some increases in non-performing loans, NPLs, and increases in funding costs, which may sooner than later threaten the safety and stability of the subsector. It is imperative that prompt corrective actions are put in place to curb the rising trends in NPLs.
Executive Secretary of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies, Trineboa Kodua Boache, urged loan defaulters to reach out to their financial institutions when they experience challenges with honoring their obligations.
When one feels that there is a challenge that he will not be able to pay his loan, don't wait until you are chased, but rather go to the financial institution just as you went there to request for somebody's money. And if we do this, we will have a transparent system and default will go down.
Well, let's now find out how major trading commodities are faring on the global market. As you can see, that the price of cocoa is down by 1.98%. It's now trading at $3,273 per ton. The price of gold is up by 0.1%, trading just about $1,959 per ounce. And the price of crude oil is also up by 1.14%, trading at about $81 per barrel. From the commodities market, we move now to the forex market to find out how major trading currencies are faring. Well, that will be all for Business Brief here on TV3. For more business stories, please visit our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.
$240 Mujay.